Welcome back. All right, career video today on Blake Wheeler, who very recently announced his retirement. We did see this coming. But Blake Wheeler had an interesting career throughout, didn't he? Lots to talk about here, starting with when he got drafted. He was drafted in 2004 by the Phoenix Coyotes. So while he went to camps with, like the rookie camps and whatnot with the Phoenix Coyotes, ultimately he wouldn't sign there. And he is one of those cautionary tales about players out of the NCAA and when rights expire, because 4 years later, the rights did expire. He became a free agent, and July the 1st, he signed with the Boston Bruins. So he goes to Boston, and in his rookie season, he's pretty good, because remember, he was drafted in 2004. He comes into the NHL in 2008, so about 22 years of age. 2008-2009, plays 81 games with the Bruins, 21 goals, 24 assists, 45 points. In the playoffs, 8 games, no points recorded, and he would finish 6th in Calder voting that year. So pretty strong rookie season for Blake Wheeler. And 2009-2010, his numbers actually fall off a bit. It's that sophomore slump, right? 82 games, 18 goals, 20 assists for 38 points. In the playoffs, 13 games, 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. So a little bit of a contract dispute during the offseason in 2010. They ultimately settle on a 1-year deal. The following season ends up being his last in Boston. Plays 58 games, 11 goals, 16 assists, 27 points. So he's not really progressing all that well in Boston. And they decide to make a trade February 18th. He is traded with Mark Stewart, defenseman, in exchange for Rich Peverley and Boris Valavic. Now, Peverley, a forward that I liked a lot, who sadly his career was cut short. I should do a career video on him at some point as well. It's interesting. But this is a trade that I would say the Atlanta Thrashers won, as he goes to Atlanta. The Atlanta Thrashers, he plays 23 games in 10-11, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Now, 2011 offseason, Atlanta, no arena for them, and so they are moved to Winnipeg. They become the Winnipeg Jets. And with Wheeler, obviously it starts really, clicking for him when he got to Atlanta, and it stayed that way in Winnipeg. 2011-2012, the first season for the Jets, and his first season there as well. 80 games, 17 goals, 47 assists for 64 points. So Wheeler's setting career highs there, and he'd be very productive from then going forward. 2012-2013, 48 games, 19 goals, 22 assists for 41 points. 2013-2014, he plays all 82 games that season and sets career highs. First 28 goals, which would be a career high his whole career. 41 assists and 69 points. He would best the 69-point mark on numerous occasions, but he never reached 28 goals again in a season. He's more of a setup guy than a goal scorer. So 2014-2015, plays 79 games for the Jets that season. 26 goals, 35 assists, 61 points. In the playoffs, 1 goal in 4 games. 2015-2016, we see a jump in his points. He plays all 82 games that season. 26 goals, again, reliable, consistent. Then 52 assists for 78 points. So now he's up near a point per game. In 2016-2017, he stays there. He was named team captain before the 2016-2017 season and plays all 82 games again. Scores 26 goals for the 3rd straight season. 48 assists, I should say. 74 points that season. So remarkably consistent. And then 2017-2018, his numbers actually go up. Now, this is when we're into an era where the discussion point was whether or not Wheeler was playing too much. And should Wheeler be playing less? The problem was he was very, very, very good at producing points. So the argument from coaches would be, hey, he's producing, he's playing well. The argument from those in the analytics community was, but the underlying numbers are terrible. So there was that. Now, 2017-2018, plays 81 games that season, 23 goals, 68 assists, 91 points. Remarkable numbers from Blake Wheeler. In the playoffs, 17 games as the Winnipeg Jets go all the way to the conference final. 3 goals, 18 assists, 21 points. So this is the one long run that a team has with Blake Wheeler on their roster, and he's above a point per game. He was 8th in Hart voting that year. He was on the second team at the end of the year in the NHL, and he played in the All-Star game for the first time in his career. So 14 years after he's drafted, he plays in his first All-Star game. Not too shabby. 2018-2019, what does he do for an encore? 82 games again, 20 goals, 71 assists, 91 points. When you want him to play less, it is tough to make that argument with coaches when a guy's scoring more than a point per game. And when a guy has 71 assists in 82 games. Now in the playoffs, 6 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points, and Blake Wheeler played in the All-Star game again. So back-to-back years on the All-Star team and pretty strong overall production from him. Now, it would drop in 2019-2020. 71 games, 22 goals, so that's right consistent, but 43 assists, 65 points. So he's below a point per game. He would not go above a point per game again throughout the rest of his career. In the playoffs, 4 games, just the 1 assist. That's the year Winnipeg gets pushed aside by a very physical Calgary team in the qualifying round, and they only managed 1 win in the best of 5. 2020-2021, season where it was 56 games just inside your division schedule. He plays 50 of the 56 games, 15 goals, 31 assists, 46 points. In the playoffs, 8 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. So he's very productive, but there's a lot of controversy. And that controversy is there. And it's something that's interesting looking back on Wheeler's career. I think the overall numbers are good. But Patrick Laine ends up being dealt out of Winnipeg to Columbus. And there was a lot of rumors that Blake Wheeler wasn't exactly kind to Patrick Laine. And there was talk about Scheifele not necessarily being all that kind either. But Wheeler did take responsibility. Now, this is where people will point out, wasn't that after the trade? Yeah, it was after Laine got traded. He admitted to some mistakes and that he did have some regrets about everything, how everything had turned out with Laine in Winnipeg and any role that he had in Laine wanting out of Winnipeg. Now, 2021-2022, getting back to the stats for Wheeler, 65 games, 17 goals, 43 assists, 60 points. And we're definitely into an era where people think Wheeler should be playing less, who follow all the analytics stuff, but the actual points are still there. And I do wonder at times like this, like how many players who played a lot and scored a lot of points in the 80s, if we'd had all the analytics back then, the community would have been going nuts over that. I think there's at least a few. Now, 2022-2023, before the season starts on September 16th, he is stripped of his captaincy. The Winnipeg Jets announcing that they're going to have assistant or associate captains. They're not going to have an actual captain that year. So, controversy's still there, and so for Wheeler, he's answering a lot of questions, and he seemed to handle it pretty well. Plays 72 games that season, 16 goals, 39 assists, 55 points. So his points totals are dropping, but he's still producing pretty well. In the playoffs, 5 games, 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. So the production's there too. Now, he would end up leaving the team as a free agent. July the 1st, he signs as an unrestricted free agent with the New York Rangers. And it wasn't a huge surprise that the Rangers went in on Wheeler. He only plays the one season there. 54 games in 2023-2024. 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. The offense is just gone. In the playoffs, he plays 1 game, did not record a point there. So it is interesting, and this is something you've got to watch with players who are in their mid to late 30s. That offense can just disappear. And that's clearly what happened here with Wheeler. He ends up playing 1,172 games in total in his career. 321 goals, 622 assists, 943 points. So honestly, a good career. And if not for not having signed with Phoenix, if he played earlier, we might be talking about a 1,000-point career for Blake Wheeler. But at any rate, in the playoffs, he had 66 games, 10 goals, 35 assists for 45 points. Blake Wheeler, I think, got more criticism than was probably warranted at certain points. He also did probably play a little bit too much with the Jets at other points. I think that both the supporters and the detractors of Wheeler had a point at certain times. But I thought he was a good producer. I thought he was a good Jet for a long time. And I wish him all the best in retirement. So there you go. The career of Blake Wheeler. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. I will talk to you again soon.